Hey everyone. In this video, we're gonna talk about a very common web challenge problem. That can be really frustrating. I don't think it should be frustrating, but yeah, you notice the footer. You navigate to some website, and the footer stays. It floats in the middle of the screen. Meanwhile, it's supposed to like stick to the bottom of the page or stay at the bottom of the page, and it may not really be obvious for certain websites. For example, when it has like a lot of content, so definitely the footer is gonna stick to the bottom of the page. But maybe you click on a broken link and it takes you to a 404 page that just has very little content, and then you find the footer hanging around the middle. And for some people, they like develop different arcs around it, maybe using the position fixed elements, like the position element to like fix the footer to the bottom of the page, and then they try to like add like some margin to like the last element of the page. And yeah, everybody develops like different arcs around it, or like they just give the main content like a minimum height that they guess should be like the least minimum height. uh but funny enough, this can be fixed with just 3 lines of code. It's not really something that should be frustrating. So let me take you through my code. I have a very basic Next.js scaffold here. I cleaned up the code a little, so like it's you if you are just working with HTML and CSS, you'll be able to like use this tutorial. Or yeah, even if you like, even basically, even if you're not making use of Next.js, you can follow along. And thanks to the new approach in Next.js 15, where like we still wrap around HTML body and all in the layout file. So yeah, so basically I have two components. I have the navbar and the footer component. So just putting out basic things in the navbar, in the footer, just like how your code would be. And then yeah, I have like the major body of the page. Yeah, the major body of the page. I'm gonna uncomment this very soon. But yeah, I'm putting everything together in the layout page. So we have like a navbar, a footer. Yeah, so let me do away with this. So yeah, this is like what a normal page is going to look like. You're going to have your navbar, you're going to have your footer, and then you are going to have the shoulder. And let me do it with this. So yeah, this is just how it is, and then this is the output. This is the output, and now we're trying to like stick. But basically, a major workaround that many people would do would be to um wrap this is like the major body, so they would like wrap it in a tag, and then this main tag, they go to your CSS file and just like maybe give it like a minimum height of they just guess and just like okay, let's say 8 VH, and this way the footer is always going to stick to the bottom. But this is a lot of manipulation, and or they try to like just try and adjust it so that it looks very really real. So this is unnecessary. This is totally unnecessary. Another way people try to work around this is to like style the footer tag itself. They try to style the footer tag itself by and there's this here, by maybe bringing in, let's say, a position fixed, and they fix it to the bottom of the page, and then so it maintains the width. Let's just give it a width of 100%. Yep. And this way it is gonna fix to the bottom of the page. But when you have a lot of content, so let's go back to the page, and I'm just gonna uncomment this. Yeah. And then when you come here, so basically there are 5 elements. If you go back to the code, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but only 3 are appearing because like this is the footer has like a position fix, so elements tends to stick behind, and then you find yourself coming to like the body of your page. Let's say you go to your CSS file and you style the main, and you give it a margin bottom of let's say 100 pixels, so that like there is a scroll, and literally you're just manipulating things. Meanwhile, basically you can just use 3 lines of code to fix all of this, and that's what we're going to do in this tutorial. So I'm going to get rid of all this styling, and yep, we can leave everything as it is, and I'm just going to show you how to do that. So basically we are going to make use of either the flex layout or the grid layout. Yeah, so let's start with the grid layout. One thing you should always do is to ensure that your footer, your main element, and the nav bar are in one div. Now currently it looks like they're within the body, the body tag, but a lot can happen. So some JavaScript could insert some code within the body tag and it could mess up things. So I would always advise you like create your own div. So I'm just gonna call this, let's just say app container, because I have like a container before, and yeah, we're gonna place the code there. And now this container, we're gonna apply a layout. So basically it's like we're creating a grid for these 3 items, and we are like doing them vertically. So okay, let's go to CSS file and style this, and we're just gonna give it display grid. And then another thing is we need to give it a minimum height, and we're gonna use let's say the 100, and we're not just gonna use the viewport height, we're gonna use the dynamic viewport height. Yeah, I would advise this. And then we need to give like, now okay, so let's just do this, and when we come to our code, like everything, I'm gonna go back to uncomment this guys, to comment out this guys, and then when you go to your code, you notice like, yes, the footer is sticking to the bottom of the page, but our navbar looks distorted. Why? You would notice this better if you inspect the page. Let's go to the entire page. Now when you see the entire page, there's a grid, and you notice like everything is kind of distorted. Normally our navbar is not as wide as this, and this is because we are applying grid, so things tend to want to take up auto like spacing. So it's because there is margin here, so it like tries to, but look at the footer too, is like a little bit adjusted. And so one way you can fix this by defining the grid template rules, and yes, this is what you need to do. So by default it applies auto, but you need to make this dynamic so that it takes up like whatever length is the main, like is the main tag. So and when you come here, everything like goes back to shape, and this is just 3 lines of code. By just given this, you have been able to fix the footer to the bottom of the page, and when you go back to uncomment this and go back, everything just works perfectly. So with our 3 lines of code, you're able to position and stick your footer to the bottom of the page. You can also use flex if you are somebody that loves to make use of flex. It's just that with flex, okay, so let's just do that. So display flex will still need the minimum height of 100 age dynamic viewport height, and this time around flex by default goes horizontal, so we need to like apply flex direction of column, so it goes vertical. And now when you do this, it's still going to look distorted like this, because remember when we're using grid, we apply the auto 1FR auto for the column to define like the spacing and all. So for this one, remember in the layout we have like a tag here, so we need to style that tag. we need to style that tag and give it like a flex grow of 1, so that it grows relatively to like, so that the flex grow property defines like how much an item should grow relative to other items within like the same container. So by applying the first grow of 1, so the item grows to fill any available space. So just gonna give it main. Sorry, the positioning does not matter. So I want flex grow. Yep, with this, it's gonna stick to the bottom of the page. And like before, when you uncomment this, I'll come here, like everything is just gonna work well. So basically, this is just a very brief video. This is not something that you should have issues with, and you should actually stop manipulating, sticking the footer to the bottom of the page. It's just like 3 lines of CSS code. If you want to make use of Flex, let's say 3 to 5 lines of CSS, and you have been able to fix your footer to the bottom of the page. This is not something you should struggle with in 2025. But yeah, I just thought to make this video, and I hope you learned something. Bye.